Let's go. I got a vision I see in my head, a melody buried deep into my soul. They call us crazy, we cutting the edge, unlocking the future and letting it go. This is a calling that's higher, the time we decided our stories are gonna be told. This is where legends are born, we paving the road, a future that favors the bold. Break the rules, break the laws, this is the moment we change it all. Break the rules, break the laws, this is the moment we change it all. Yeah, greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Something coming, I can feel it. Deep down in my spirit. Revolution, it's a new day. Time to redefine the limits. So vivid, I can see it. So loud, I can hear it. So they calling me a madman, but the future belongs to the fearless. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. This is the truth, into the light. Taking our dreams and we bring them to life. This is the truth, into the light. Taking our dreams and we bring them to life. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. We about to set the tone, we about to write the code. Yeah, we writing the code. Yeah. We on a new elevation, we came here to shatter the mold. We gon' shatter the mold. Yeah, we about to set the tone, we about to write the code. Yeah, we writing the code. Yeah, we on a new elevation, we came here to shatter the mold. Yeah. I know you hear it, I know you see it. We got a fearless, we got a genius, we got defiance, we got a beacons, we got a true believers. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Yeah. Greatness.
Shine smell what The Rock is cooking? They talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's trying, I feel tension rising. I hear voices in my head, they count to me, they understand, they talk to me, they talk to me. Show me things I'll do to you. They talk to me. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me.
Hello and welcome to the WWE Wrestling Talk Show with Reese, the final boss, Rock Jones, and
Sean Randy Smith as we give you our reactions to WWE Bad Blood, which came at you last Saturday from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, in front of 16,902 members of the WWE Universe.
And they had, for the most part, a very good show, although they were fairly drained after the opening contest.
Yes, and as the show progressed, yes, it got progressively weird.
We opened the show with Hell in a Cell.
Between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
Now, who remembers the days where around this time of year we were forced to have Hell in a Cell matches because of the Hell in a Cell PLE?
Yes, I remember those days.
Well, now we actually have a match what deserved the Hell in a Cell match and lived up to what Hell in a Cell should be.
Yes, brutal, barbaric, and scary.
Starting to brawl immediately after the bell.
Mm-hmm.
And whilst WWE claimed to be PG, we've seen over this past year, specifically on the build to WrestleMania, and now here, that when it calls for it, they are willing to push that boundary slightly. And we definitely saw that here, because as the name will suggest, we got some blood.
From both CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
Starting from Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Because Punk used a toolbox in order to bust open McIntyre.
which required 12 stitches to close at the end of the match.
Because they both hit to go to sleep and Claymore on each other for near falls.
They did.
In a nod probably to a certain WWE Hall of Famer, we saw Punk put the sharpshooter on McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Hell in a Cell, the crowd wants tables.
And we got tables. But in the end, as the match did conclusion.
And then as the brutality and stuff went on, we got to a point where normally someone other than McIntyre would have pulled out a box of thumbtacks.
Yes, but instead of thumbtacks, it was full of beads.
Beads from friendship bracelets.
Yes,
And
which showered CM Punk in it.
in a similar fashion as to what happened on the build of this match, we had McIntyre attempt to put the beads in McIntyre's mouth.
Mm-hmm. And then CM Punk wrapped a steel chain around his knee.
Yeah, before that, McIntyre went for the Claymore.
Oh, yes.
Missed, only to land on some steel steps.
Spine first.
Then CM Punk would wrap a chain around his knee and hit to go to sleep. To get the 1, 2, 3 and end this rivalry 2-1.
Yes.
Well, and on Raw, CM Punk basically said that he would disappear for a while.
To probably nurse his injuries from that match.
Well, that and I would imagine a Punk at this stage in his career is not going to wrestle at every single PLE. My guess would be the next time we see him will probably be when Raw goes to Netflix at the beginning of next year and the build to the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely. Next was our next match, which was for the WWE Women's Championship, as the Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax, put her title on the line against Bayley in a championship rematch.
Now, this was basic, I would call it. It's what we expected to happen, really.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a classic referee bump in this match.
There was.
And whilst Bayley may have had the match won at some point, here comes Tiffany. Yeah.
Or it's Tiffy time, as she smacked Bayley in the face with the briefcase.
However, Nia Jax is like, what the hell are you doing? As if Tiffany's about to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, the distraction causes Nia Jax to hit the Annihilator and retain the Women's Championship.
Yes.
The question here is how long before Tiffany cashes in.
Yes. The question is, when is she going to cash in?
I personally feel like when it gets to WrestleMania season, that Tiffany will probably have cashed in, or will cash in, so that when we go into WrestleMania, Tiffany will be the champion.
Makes sense, to be honest. Next match was between one former member of Judgment Day in Damian Priest against one of the current members of the new Judgment Day in Finn Balor.
Again, this dates back to the event of SummerSlam that cost Damian Priest the World Heavyweight Championship, which then dates back to last year's SummerSlam when Damian Priest accidentally cost Finn Balor for his World Heavyweight Championship match.
Yes.
Now, this was a good match. The criticism to it, I would say, is that it's a match that could have happened on an episode of Raw.
Yeah.
Because, of course, as Priest started to get the advantage in this match, here comes the Judgment Day.
To even the odds.
However, Carlito and McDonald are able to be disposed of.
Yes.
However, Balor did hit 2 coups de grace onto Balor. Only for... sorry. How can he hit the coup de grace on himself?
I don't know.
Balor hit 2 coups de grace onto Priest, only for Priest to kick out.
Mm-hmm.
The then attempted interference of the Judgment Day kind of backfired, although the match did carry on for a bit after they had been disposed of.
Mm-hmm.
Only for Priest to hit the South of Heaven chokeslam onto Balor to get the winning pinfall.
Yes. The question is, where do we go now with this rivalry?
Well, they may be done with their one-on-one feud, but due to the continuing feud of someone else, I have a feeling that they will continue to pop up in each other's business for a while.
Yes.
Before the next match, we had old Triple H Levesque may come to the ring.
Yes. Very rare he makes an appearance at a premium live event.
To make an announcement about the upcoming WWE Crown Jewel event in
Blood Money Country.
what commonly known as Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people were expecting and hoping this would be the announcement of a women's mid-card championship.
In the words of a certain WWE Hall of Famer, Stone Cold Steve Austin,
What Triple H would go on to announce is that at Crown Jewel, on both the men's and women's sides of things, the WWE Champion and the World Heavyweight Champion would face each other. Don't have a problem with that.
Same.
The weird part of it is when he revealed that it would be for the Crown Jewel Championship.
Yes, you heard us right. A brand new championship.
The worst part, the belt design is OTT, by the way.
Yes.
But the worst part of this is that whoever wins this is not going to defend it, because every time we get the Crown Jewel, or most of the time when we get the Crown Jewel, there will be different people who are the WWE and World Heavyweight Champion. So each Crown Jewel, we're going to get a new champion.
Yes, and if that makes the case, then Braun Strowman will be the longest reigning champion if that was the case.
Yes, has WWE not learned the lesson from what happened last time they created a Saudi Arabia Championship?
At the Greatest Royal Rumble,
And then, to top this whole thing off, speaking of the World Heavyweight Champion,
he shows up and starts cutting a promo.
and in the crowd we see Goldberg.
Sitting in the front row with his son.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, in the segment with Bret Hart and Sami Zayn, who finally got his World Heavyweight Championship match,
Finally,
Goldberg, Gunther decided to troll everyone, Bret Hart specifically, by saying that Goldberg was his favourite wrestler.
yikes.
So in this promo, he basically comes out and says, "Ooh, by the way, you're not my favourite wrestler."
Yeah, and then talking about Goldberg's son as well.
Yes, which then caused Goldberg to jump the barricade.
And attempt an attack on the World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, yes, and Sami Zayn would get a few shots in before his championship match on Raw.
Yes.
And this whole thing ended with the classic Goldberg line of warning Gunther that he's next. And fans around the world were like, oh god, no.
Including us. Let's see where this goes. Now, as the show progressed, we had various appearances from WWE Hall of Famers, as we heard, Goldberg, but there was also appearances from Lillian Garcia, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Jacqueline, Booker T, and Mickie James.
Quite a list there of WWE Hall of Famers. Has Lillian back into the Hall of Fame yet?
I don't know. But anyway, back to the match card, as we will have a match for the WWE Women's World Championship, as Liv Morgan of the New Judgment Day takes on Rhea Ripley, the former member of the Day, with Dirty Dom in a shark cage.
Yeah, due to quote-unquote Dominic being scared of heights, the shark cage, as is typical in these kinds of matches, was not raised up.
No, it wasn't raised as high as it would normally be.
The match here was fine.
But the finish, let us explain.
Well, the thing has kind of happened as Dominic attempted to get out of the cage.
But got himself stuck and hanging upside down.
As he was, as his feet were tied as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whilst this happened, Rhea decided to get a few shots in on Dominic.
With a kendo stick.
And at this point, Rhea Ripley is assaulted by someone that she has a little bit of history with, by the name of Raquel Rodriguez.
We have not seen since her skin disorder all those months ago.
Now, some people may be thinking that this makes no sense. However, prior to Raquel's absence, she was tag team partners with Liv Morgan, and they have had a few runs as women's tag team champions.
Yes, so as soon as Raquel attacked Rhea, the bell rang.
As the bell rang, which was weird because the referee didn't appear to call for the bell, and the official result is that Rhea Ripley has won the match by disqualification, which of course means that the championship, at the moment at least, stays with Liv Morgan.
Does. And now,
Before we go on to the main event, I personally feel like this was mostly done as a way to extend this feud a little bit further, because we've got to imagine that the ultimate goal here is to give the championship back to Rhea.
yes.
However, it appears that Liv Morgan, who cannot match strength and size to Rhea Ripley, has now got herself a little bodyguard.
Yes. Now we move on to our main event of the evening. As the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, in his hometown, teams up with old-time rival Roman Reigns, the original Tribal Chief, to take on Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa.
Yes, the fake Tribal Chief and the werewolf.
I like they said that, fake Tribal Chief.
Now, how do we go about this? This was a interesting match because the dynamic between Cody and Roman was a bit, well, I wouldn't say necessarily off. It was interesting.
It was.
But for the main thing throughout this tag team match, which most of the time was like any other tag team match, is how do Cody and Roman deal with Jacob too?
Yeah, how do you deal with a man of his size and power?
So towards the end of the match, after constantly not being interfered,
yes,
Cody Rhodes managed to decided that the only way to get rid of Jacob Fatu was to do to him what he's been doing to several superstars, which is basically put him through the announce table.
Yep.
So he manages to get him laid up on the announce table, climbs up to the rope, looks at Roman Reigns and basically says, "I'm doing this, so all you have to do is deal with Solo. See ya," and jumps.
Yes.
So then that essentially wipes out Cody and Jacob from this equation, leaving Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. And just as Roman Reigns gets the advantage on Solo, here come the Tongans.
The tag team champions.
And because they provide a little bit of a distraction so that Solo can get an upper hand on Roman Reigns. But just as Solo is about to go for the finishing blow on Roman, again we find out that in the world of wrestling and really anything, actions have consequences.
Yes, a hooded figure comes out of nowhere and takes out the tag team champions.
In a hooded figure wearing a bandana takes out the Tongans with some super kicks. Takes off the hood and the bandana to reveal himself as Jimmy Uso.
Yep, Jimmy Uso, who you haven't seen in months, came back and got his revenge.
Yes, ever since being taken out by Solo Sikoa on the SmackDown that followed WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That allowed Roman Reigns to hit a spear on Solo Sikoa to get the 3 count, and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns win the match.
They do.
So after the match, there's a hug between Jimmy and Roman Reigns. They leave the ring. Cody is then jumped by the Bloodline.
As you do.
And then Jimmy and Roman look at each other. Jimmy says, like, I'll f*** you. And Roman's like, this one time. So they run back and dispose of the Bloodline.
They do.
Then we get to the interesting moment when Roman Reigns is holding the Undisputed Championship.
Yes.
Hands it to Cody Rhodes. And then, as if things cannot get any worse, this happens.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
For the first time since the Raw after WrestleMania, the final boss has returned.
Yes.
And ultimately, I think it's decided the new Bloodline seemed a bit worried.
They did.
But in the ring, Roman Reigns was like, what the hell?
As was Jimmy.
And they were like, at the end, the show ended with The Rock holding up his hand, lifting 3 fingers, bringing his hand back down, and doing a slit across his throat.
Yes. And then turning to leave the arena.
Now, what does this mean? Well, we'll have to wait until the final boss is ready to tell us what it means.
But as Bad Blood went off the air, something happened backstage.
Yes, well, Cody Rhodes was due to appear on the Bad Blood press conference. Well, when Triple H appeared, he said that Cody Rhodes, for some reason, was unable to attend. So, well, fan footage appeared online
Yes.
that showed Kevin Owens assaulting Cody Rhodes outside of his bus,
Yes.
which means that KO, as we kind of knew was building, but we thought it was going to happen on TV, has decided to go heel again.
For the first time since 2022.
Again, we kind of knew that due to Cody Rhodes' association with Roman Reigns going into this, that it was only a matter of time.
Yes.
Now, my assumption going into this is that Kevin Owens will likely play a part in the match at Crown Jewel between Cody and Gunther.
Yes.
That will probably lead to another KO Cody match at Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we'll probably get Cody and Landy at some point.
So let us run you through the Bad Blood card one more time.
CM Punk defeated Drew McIntyre in a brutal Hell in a Cell match.
Nia Jax retained her Women's Championship against Bayley in a one-on-one match.
Damian Priest got revenge by defeating Finn Balor.
Rhea Ripley beat Liv Morgan by disqualification after she was attacked by Raquel Rodriguez.
And Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns defeated the Bloodline of Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, only to be confronted by the final boss, The Rock.
So that about does it for our WWE Bad Blood post show.
The next WWE event comes at us from NXT's brand in a couple of weeks when they present NXT's Halloween Havoc.
So until then, he's been
He's the final boss, Rock Jones, and he's been
John Randy Smith, and we will see you in 2 weeks.